Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez. Just hearing these names makes you think money and the hundreds of millions of dollars, pounds or Saudi riyals in boxing. But that's at the top. At the bottom, it isn't quite the same. Even for those on the rise, there's not an awful lot of cash in the boxing world. And if you're just starting out, well, it can be a very costly exercise indeed. But don't take my word for it. Here's the former European champion, talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver.
You're turning professional and you're boxing, let's say, York Hall on a non-televised fight. You have to sell tickets to earn any money, but you have to cover the wages of your opponent as well. So if you don't have the ability to be able to sell enough tickets, you effectively have to pay to fight.
A far cry then from Jake Paul facing Mike Tyson in 2024, when the purse was reported to be around £48 million. But the vast amounts of cash lining the top dog's pockets isn't the norm in a typical fight.
Let's say you're lucky and you get between 5 and 10 grand. You're going to get 10 grand max for that. 10% goes to the trainer, 25% goes to the manager. Then we've got the tax man to pay as well. So we're cutting that money in at least half. So now you've got 5 grand for a 10-week camp. So you're talking about a guy here earning, he might be clearing 500 quid a week. How do you support a family on that? So boxers chase the dream. And, you know, there's probably 2% of them that actually make it.
So say you do make it and you start to rise up the ranks. Strikers Boxing, a training academy, says the mid-tier fighters can earn more, somewhere between £10,000 and £50,000 a fight, depending on record, profile, opponent and popularity of weight class. It's only at the top level does the real cash start flowing in, with the top-tier professionals, i.e. those going for titles, earning 6 figures a fight. Something else you'll have heard of is the terms prize fighter or journeyman. A prize fighter is, as it sounds, someone who picks up fights where they can and gets a nice big check if they win. Journeymen are the fighters who take on up-and-comers, effectively used for experience in the ring. Even if they're going up against the real prospects, a young Anthony Joshua, for example, these guys will be lucky to earn more than 10 grand. So the average boxer isn't as rich as you'd think.
Oh, God, again.
This again?
Again.
Are you serious?
Again. Every time. Every week. Week in, week out.
Sort of think eventually they would realise. Because this is the man, must realise that this is not how you want a radio show to start.
No.
You know, what you want is upbeat people.
Enterprise Rent-A-Car don't want this.
They know what Travis doesn't want this.
Oh, and Trav?
Trav is furious about the way that they say, look,
Chris Wood doesn't want this. He's not going to do Woodwatch.
I think you're totally right. And there must be a way to go. What we want is people to arrive on air with maybe a scripted opener saying, like, this is what's coming up on the show. These are the reasons to keep...
Oh, he's kicked it. They've kicked it in.
Oh,
They've
my
had
goodness.
enough. They've had enough of it, and it's on.
And here we go, everybody. To be honest, we didn't have that much for opening section. I'd have rather that dragged on a little bit longer, but, you know, we'll sort that out on the debrief. Here we go, everybody. We are live on YouTube and your smart TV and your thick TV if you want to watch us dancing. Dance wherever you are, unless you're driving, of course. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the world's biggest sports radio station. This is talkSPORT. My name is Max Rushden. Alongside me, Charlie Baker. And Charlie Baker, this is just any warm-up.
This is the double award-winning, award-retired GameDay retired warm-up, Max, on Saturday, the 23rd of August, 2025. And at 12:30, it's Manchester City, the Citizens, versus Tottenham Hotspur, Spurs. In the Premier League, it's a talkSPORT exclusive, presented by Rashmin Chowdhury. Commentary from Sam, the sausage gilet man, Matterface, and former England striker Dean Splashton Ashton. Start again. Stop.
Stop. Let's start the whole thing again. Stop the whole thing again. You know, if we've got Dean Splashton Ashton, can I bring you some... Oh, hello. Here we go, everybody.
At 12:30, it's Manchester City versus Tottenham in the Premier League. It's a talkSPORT exclusive, presented by Rashmin Chowdhury. Commentary from Sam, the sausage gilet man, Matterface, and former England striker Dean Splashton Ashton.
Not yet.
The OB producer. Oh, it's Eddie Minter. It's Eddie Minter! Yes! Go get it! And then at 12:30, it's Charlton versus Leicester in the Championship. It's a talkSPORT 2 exclusive, presented by Ollie Clinky Clink. The commentary is from Flo Pollock and former Chelsea defender Scott Minty Minto, the OB producer. Oh, it's Flo Pollock!
Loco flow.
Go get it! And then at 14:30, it's GameDay Live with Forget It.
Forget about it, you're dying,
The best in the business. The best, you forget it. Adrian Durham, Troy Deeney, Matt Murray, and Mickey Gray. It's on talkSPORT. Adrian, forget about it. Adrian Durham, with all the goals as they go in from the Premier League and the EFL, including Brentford versus Aston Villa, Burnley versus Sunderland, and Bournemouth versus Wolves. The 3 p.m. football blackout is a UK policy prohibiting live TV broadcasts of football matches on a Saturday afternoon. Protect attendances at lower league clubs. So, not on UK TV.
Not on UK TV.
Not on UK TV.
They are not on UK TV.
Plus, a classified results service at 17 o'clock. Noto Baladze. Adrian Mickey
Noto Baladze.
at Burnley. Troy is at Brentford. And Matt Murray is at Bournemouth. At 15 o'clock, it's Wrexham versus Sheffield Wednesday in the Championship. It's a talkSPORT 2 exclusive, presented by Ollie Clinky Clink. Commentary from Ian the Duke of Knutsford Danter and former Leeds manager Neil Redfern. The OB producer. Oh, it's Ian Danter! Ticket live, Premier League and Championship action. You can't afford to miss.
Some lovely text.
What a mess.
So this is what hell sounds like. My favourite part of the morning. Forget about it. Well, no, the thing is, what happened is that we lost the rights for Splish Splash. I was taking a bath.
Oh, really? Okay.
But Dean Ashton is on at 10:30, and now the entire production team have to record their own version of that song. So there'll be no one producing the show, which is fine. We'll just muddle through. But they will be doing that performance, so it will be ready for 10:30.
Okay, I look forward to it.
That's what I believe.
I look forward to it.
If Chansiri did openings to radio shows, says Will, Grill in Sheffield. Well, I'm Max Charlie. Well, that was a shambles. Killed some extra time, though, says Paul. Living in a time when the producers are somehow making Max and Charlie look positively professional. What a turn up for the season. Stop the ridiculous shouting. Max and Charlie making West Ham's start to the new season look good, says Adam. Holy Mother of Jesus, Izzy Minter is back. What a day to be alive. The Minter maniacs are dancing in the street from Gaz, the Wolves fan from Telford, proudly flying my Izzy Minter flag today. Charlie summoning the spirit of Nuno, desperate for the talkSPORT bosses to put him out of his misery. Woeful go-get-it.
Not my fault. I'm just going to say I'm not throwing anybody under the bus.
No, we win as a team.
Spend the whole pre-show going, got all the music, got it all ready to go. Go get it. It's ready to go. Most important bit of the show.
To be fair, normally we don't theme tune the co-coms.
That's true.
So maybe it's our fault.
Maybe it's
and when I say our fault, your fault. But we don't throw anybody under the bus. I've got some big news.
Okay, go on.
Some huge news from last week's How Tall Are They?
Yeah.
If you remember, it was Danny Kelly versus Perry Groves.
Oh, yeah.
Massive match.
What a game.
Two big hitters in the world of guessing how tall footballers are.
What a game.
And there was some controversy over just on the TV. Why are you a head taller than me in real life?
This always happens.
That's not an accurate reflection of life.
If you watch on YouTube, I make Paul Hawksby look about 1 foot tall. And I don't know how it happens.
It's amazing because I'm not short, but now I know what it's like to be short.
I know what it's like to be tall from sitting in this studio.
Does it immediately give you an air of confidence? Because I suddenly feel...
I'm quite a confident person.
That is true. Max, yeah. It's a front, isn't it?
It's front. I've got a big behind.
Anyway, there was huge controversy because Danny Kelly guessed that Mark Crossley was 6'4". Yeah. 6 foot.
Yeah. And
the internet said 6'4". And then we did some more digging, and there was a chance that Mark Crossley was only 6 foot. We were all a bit surprised at the height of Mark Crossley. Goalkeepers weren't as tall back in those days. Peter Shilton famously 5'1". You know, and so Dino Zoff 2'8".
Yeah, I mean, tiny little lads.
Zubi Zaretta 1'7".
Tiny.
Exactly. Lev Yashin 43 centimetres tall. It's amazing how it's changed.
Really, really is.
But we didn't know how tall Mark Crossley was.
No. Which in a game where you're testing people on how tall footballers are.
It's a key part of the game.
It feels like you should know that.
Here's a DM I sent to Mark Crossley.
Oh, great. Great news.
Even there. Shall I just raise my seat a bit?
I'm like too tall for the. I mean, this isn't great radio, but if you can watch us on
imagine
YouTube.
On News at 10, Trevor McDonald's just his little head poking out.
I think you should go down as small as you can.
I can't. It's making me feel.
This is why the game of How Tall Are They is so good, because sitting down, Max, you wouldn't be able to tell how tall I am.
And famously, most footballers sit down most of the game. With the West Ham midfield. Mark, I DM'd Mark Crossley just to say our history of direct messages is 0.
Wow.
Until this moment.
Oh, that's a respectful opening.
Respectful opening.
Very good.
Mark, odd question, but how tall are you? We do a quiz on talkSPORT every Saturday. You were one of the options. Danny Kelly guessed 6 foot. We were told 6'4". Danny is suspicious. He turned out to lose 1-0 to Perry Groves. So this is big. Capital letters B-I-G.
This is big.
Hope all is well.
Love to the family. No worries if not.
Mark Crossley has been in touch during the go-getters. 8:54 a.m.
Straight back.
Hi, Max. I'm 6'4". Unlucky, Danny. All good, Max. Hope you're well too.
I mean,
there we are. Well, we can't.
I think Mark Crossley has done his own Wikipedia.
Do you think? This whole time that the first in the history of the first evidence of gaslighting was Mark Crossley telling everyone he was 6'4". He's actually 6 foot.
I'm going to say, Mark, this is an open invitation to do the game day, the previously called game day warm up, to the warm up. You're welcome to come in if we're allowed to measure you live on air.
All right.
Your height.
Is he allowed to say anything? Or do we just...
Yeah, we'll have a big chat with Mark Crossley.
Okay, great.
We'll do half an hour with Mark Crossley.
Half an hour, wow.
But hopefully when Nottingham Forest are the featured game of the day.
Yeah, why not?
But you are welcome in, Mark.
But could you bring a tape measure with you?
Yes, and can you bring us some good Brian Clough stories as well? Because that's always fun, isn't it?
Always, of course. Okay.
Okay, there we are. Did you see Thomas in the news there? Thomas Frank saying he doesn't want anyone at the club who doesn't want to play for Spurs. I'd like to see a team of players that don't want to play for a team, the whole team, not one of the players.
And a manager who only wants players who don't want to be there.
Yes.
That's what I want.
Can we put that team together this morning, Max, of players that did not want to play for the club they were at.
Listen, what a wonderful opening to the show in some ways. In other ways,
Well, we've had a celebrity input from Mark Crossley.
Yeah. Jill says, what happened there? Never mind the opening. Can I just say Charlie's hair looks awesome. Not only was your Go Get It intro crap. Wow. My Apple Car
You
play.
sound like Simon Jordan.
Yeah.
Simon Jordan's allowed to do
Those words.
I think he's the only person on the station that's allowed to do the low-level swears.
Is that right?
That one, the C word. I'm not saying it. We've said it once.
Yeah.
A.
Does he do that one?
He says A.
Does he?
He says bull.
No way he
not
says
S,
that.
not S, C.
Oh, really? Okay.
Sometimes.
Yeah, but, that's it. He says, not only was your Go Get It's intro C, my Apple Play car effed up, so I couldn't see Charlie. Yeah, it was wonderful singing Enya. Anyway, look, Quaker Fari's waiting, and we're just talking whatever you want.
Yeah.
So he'll join us, and we'll look ahead to the...
Let's just hope his music's lined up.
Fingers crossed. Coming up, Quaker Fari's music, then Quaker Fari. Then we'll talk about the Premier League games that are coming up this afternoon.
This is the talkSPORT Goal Show. It's the show for the fans. It's done by the fans. Yes! Oh! Oh my God! Yes! Yes! Yes!
He is an unlocker of defences. That.
If you've got a problem or something to say, you don't have the right to say anything about something. I do.
This nonsense kills the game.
Let's go surfing now. Everybody's learning how. Come on a safari with me.
Hey, safari with me.
Hey, Mark Crossley's in, everybody.
Oh, good.
Good. He's listening. Confirmed. Maybe we'll get the whole 90s Nottingham Forest in. Pierce will come in, won't he?
Oh, yeah, that'd be a nice
Gary
idea.
Charles, if you're listening,
yes.
1889. Anyway, let's look ahead to the day's Premier League games. Quaker Virus here. Hello, pal.
How you getting on, guys?
Yeah, very good, Quaker. What a week.
You're a Chelsea fan. There's so much to talk about, but you are a Chelsea fan. And, you managed to just scrape past the stubborn West Ham side last night, didn't you?
It was an interesting game. The first half was definitely full of surprises. Of course, Chelsea starting the game without Cole Palmer. He pulled up during the warm-up. And West Ham took the lead. It was one of the best goals I've seen West Ham score in a long time. Lucas Paqueta catching out Robert Sanchez. A lot of talk about the ball swerving or should Sanchez do better. But I think you got to give credit to Lucas Paqueta, who's had a tough time over last year, but gave West Ham the lead. Chelsea got back into it shortly after and kind of dominated the game from there, despite a few hairy moments. So as a Chelsea fan, I'm feeling positive overall, but I just want to see how Palmer's faring in terms of that injury, because if he's out for an extended period of time, it could be a tough time for Chelsea.
Yeah, I was watching with Mrs. Rushden, so obviously I had it on the laptop silently, and we were watching Lloyd Griffith's Australian Death in Paradise spin-off, and so I was like, "God,
good-looking guy."
They kept crossing to Cole Palmer, and I was like, "This is punchy from Maresca to have dropped Palmer." Didn't win the first game. I thought, blimey.
Well, they said in the commentary that he felt something in the warm-up. I don't know if that was like love, ennui, jealousy, nostalgia. I don't know what he felt. Do you know what he felt, Kwaku?
I think he felt a bit of an injury.
Oh, okay.
The big story, Quaker, was West Ham, right? Because they were garbage at Sunderland. They were garbage again last night. From set pieces, terrible. They've got, there seem really obvious weaknesses in that midfield, which is very slow. I love Ward-Prowse, but he needs legs around him to be able to have the ball to create. And there are just massive problems for Graham Potter.
Huge problems. You feel for Graham Potter because they haven't really been backed in the transfer window in terms of incomings. But you can't really use that as an excuse after losing the game 5-1 in the manner they did. One of the signs they did bring in, Mads Hermansen, the goalkeeper from Leicester, hasn't covered himself in glory. A few of those goals, I wouldn't put the blame solely at his door, but he didn't really come for crosses in the commanding manner that you want your goalkeeper to come for crosses.
You should release a scent for goalkeepers called glory. That they could cover themselves in.
Oh, what a lovely idea.
No, it's glory. Glory. We could get Mark Crossley when he comes in. He could be the face of it, couldn't he?
The face
of glory.
Nice.
Anyway, sorry, Quaker. I don't know if it was worth interrupting you for that thought that just came into my head.
I thought it was lovely, Max.
Carry on.
It's just a tough time for West Ham. I think fans preempted it before the match. There wasn't too many West Ham fans that were positive, and it's tough for them, right? They've lost one of their best players, Mohamed Kudus. It doesn't really look like those players incoming at London Stadium. And Graham Potter, if you're being honest, doesn't feel like a natural fit when it comes to a West Ham manager. So there is pressure on him already after a couple of games, and I don't see how they turn it around.
I just felt sorry for Jared Bowen, sort of running around and doing his best. He's sort of like when you're the best player in a team that's not doing very well, it must be pretty demoralising.
I think as well. But there are constants, right? There are things within football that make us remember the season's back, and West Ham fans streaming out before the end of the game. It's like, okay, football's back.
We've seen nature is healing.
Meanwhile, we all do our predictions at the start of the season, Kwaku, and if anyone said, "Oh, do you know what? Forest will sack Nuno after 3 weeks, and Postecoglou will take Forest to 12th or something," like football is so mad, isn't it? It's just completely ridiculous.
It is. The story developing yesterday was crazy. Credit to Matt Scott for being across it. Obviously works on talkSPORT, Forest fan as well. Did an exclusive interview with Morgan Gibbs-White, a player that stayed at Forest despite us all expecting him to join Spurs. And I think it's a club very much built in the face of its owner, or built an image of its owner, Marinakis, who does things in an unconventional manner. We saw the dispute between him and Nuno towards the back end of last season. We didn't think it would end up a result in this. This is a Forest side that did very well last year. It's a Forest side that are playing Europa League football. And the fact that we're sitting here now on the eve of them maybe sacking Nuno Espirito Santo is crazy, and nobody could have foreseen it. But we're dealing with an unpredictable owner in Marinakis, who has done things in the past that that you wouldn't expect a football owner to do. One thing you can say is that he's accountable. We know who's making the decisions of Nottingham Forest, but if they let Nuno go at the beginning of this season where they've got so many games, so many important games coming up, and they bring in Ange Postecoglou, who hasn't covered himself in glory when it comes to Premier League football, it'd be
when we all know as well, Quaker, there's nothing to do with any of those people. It's all to do with you getting right behind Chris Wood.
100%.
There we go. There we go.
Interestingly, like you say, we all know who makes the decisions. It is worth remembering in April, Marinakis stopped being a, quote, person with significant control at Forest in order to comply with UEFA's multi-club ownership rules. I mean, who knows? Absolutely no idea who is making the decisions at Forest. That is totally mad. You think how well they played last week as well, Forest. But, it's a really odd situation. If you're a Forest fan, you go, come on, they've signed some really interesting players, and they're a good team. And Chris Wood started again. And you're like, which is all down to you, of course, Quakey. Where do you want to go? Look, we're talking about Spurs, Man City in just a second with Chris Power. So I suppose we'll do a lot of Spurs with her. So from a City perspective, they started so well, didn't they? And Reinders had such a brilliant game.
Yeah, it's one of those, you don't want to overreact to the first game, but it's like it's only one game, but I think Man City might win the league. It's one of those that they are just a quality team, right? You're like, they've got Erling Haaland up front, and Pep Guardiola is one of the greatest managers of all time. And when Rodri comes back into this team, they will be even better in midfield. And Reinders looks like a really astute signing. They were really, really formidable against Wolves and Molineux last weekend, and reminded people why they shouldn't be written off. We all know that the narrative is around Arsenal. They have to win the league title, apparently. The narrative is around Liverpool. Can they defend the league title? But let's remember the team that's dominated English football for the best part of a decade. It's Man City, and they should never be written off. And they play against the Spurs side, who are very, very good at the Etihad, surprisingly. Won 4-0 there last season. So City will know this is a very serious game. But just based on the way they played, I feel like they're playing with a chip on their shoulder because people have written them. And so I expect the City team to be very dangerous, especially in the early part of the season.
Reinders is good, despite sounding like a posh person asking if you want to play rounders. Shall we play Reinders?
Reinders. That is so posh. There's some mispronunciation.
Reinders.
Isn't it? Quickly, come on, Woodwatch. Let's do it. Here we go.
Woodwatch.
Woodwatch. What did we say last week?
15 he's gone for. He's on 13 already. He needs 13 goals to complete it.
Honestly, he's just... Again, I know that this is a feature we do on the show, but you have to give credit to Chris Wood in terms of his perseverance in terms of his career. When he went to Newcastle, he could have written him off as a footballer, right, in terms of his performances at the highest level. But Chris Wood continues to score goals. Yeah. And is one of Forest's that most important player. He's on the score sheet. He's making runs. He's really being a complete number 9 in an era where you don't really see number 9s like him. So impressive what he's done over the last 18 months under Nuno. It'll be interesting to see what he looks like under a different manager if a new manager comes in. Because this upturn in form has been under Nuno Espirito Santo. He seems to have struck a really formidable and strong bond with that manager. So let's hope he continues to score goals, even if Ange Postecoglou does come in to replace Nuno. But they play Palace tomorrow, who in their own right have had a difficult start to the season in terms of players being linked with moves away. It looks like Eberechi Eze is on the brink of joining Arsenal.
I think it's Spurs. I've heard Spurs. But anyway, carry on.
Who knows? It might be Chelsea. But they got a good result against Chelsea last week at Stamford Bridge, that 0-0 draw. Could have been more. Eze's free kick ruled out. But I think Forest will just have a little bit too much. I look at this Palace team, and despite the fact that Glasner's a great manager, and despite the fact that they have got some good players still, even if Eze doesn't play tomorrow, I think Forest are really, really strong and made some good signings despite Nuno's protestations.
Good stuff, Quakey. Thanks for coming on.
Cheers, Quakes.
Cheers, guys. Take care.
Quafari there. I like the fact that he says you do... When you're judging Chris Wood, you do have to give some credit to Chris Wood. Mostly us, but some to Chris Wood. Andy says, guys, I take exception with the listener who said the intro of your show was awful. I think your Orinoco flow was the best 30 seconds of radio I have ever...
It's a new one.
Ever listened to.
Flo Pollock on comms.
Have me in stitches, don't ever change.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, can you please stop making me laugh as my head is banging? Wow. I think I had a dodgy pint last night. That's what they said. That's what they all said. I had a dodgy pint. The other 8 were fine, weren't they?
Lads. Chief.
No, 3 and I'm done now. Anyway, it's Max and Charlie with you until 11 on the warm-up. It's brought to you with Travis Perkins, Bowling Trav. Doing what matters for the trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. We'll talk to the most optimistic Tottenham fan, Chris Paros, in just a second. Find out if she's optimistic about their transfer policy in a second.
Eze, edge of the area, right-footed shot, slams it in.
This is when you go and make a statement and go and get Eze.
Certainly, we're going to be keeping tabs on Eze and a potential move to Tottenham.
I think he should go to Spurs if he leaves the great Crystal Palace.
Utter meltdown in North London, where after weeks of work, Spurs' dream signing was snatched away from them in moments.
Arsenal make a move for Eberiche Eze, and the 27-year-old wants to join them.
He's a needle mover. It moves the point of Arsenal. It moves who they are. I think it makes them far more likely to win the league.
Havertz gets injured. Arsenal decide to launch Move Hijacked.
It's the same story over and over and over again. Ball just can't seem to get anything big over the line.
Deal agreed in principle. Medical scheduled.
Eze is going to pick Arsenal, and Tottenham are now set dramatically to miss out.
Spurs have officially pulled out the race. They've waved the white handkerchief.
I think it's a disastrous day for Tottenham Hotspur.
And the reaction from Jamie O'Hara so far has not disappointed.
Pay the money and get the player over the line.
You're Newcastle of the South, Joe.
Son. Maddison's done his ACL. Like, we needed Eze. We needed him. And it's an absolute joke that we are going to lose him out to Arsenal, of all teams.
I mean, slightly heavy.
Long, isn't it?
It's not quite long. Yeah. That was the last 6 days of output from talkSPORT, consolidated into 2 minutes. Not just on the news, and we'll get told off for this, but
yes,
immigrants and refugees, very much welcome to this show.
Very welcome to this show.
Welcome. Everyone is welcome. This show is for everybody.
Read your history books about immigrants and refugees.
Anyway, let's talk about Spurs with the most optimistic Tottenham fan going, Chris Powerhouse, broadcaster, friend of the show. Hey, Chris.
Hello, Chris.
Oh, I think you're on mute. Are you on mute?
On mute somewhere. We've got a theme tune while she's getting off mute, while they're bringing her on air.
Ladies, you're not on mute. She says I'm not
on mute.
We're going to have to do the first one.
Okay.
This is because obviously we're trying to think of new things for radio. Lip reading is a tricky. That is tricky for listeners, isn't it?
Putting words into her mouth. That'd be great, wouldn't it? There we go.
Lip reading.
She's thrilled that Eze is signed for Arsenal, she says. I think that's what she's saying.
Oh, God, it was so funny. I mean, while we wait to see...
While we wait to get Chris on there, yeah.
I can. Chris, you there? Chris, can you hear us?
I can hear you fine.
You're on air now. I think we've got you some music. Would you like your theme music, Chris, or not? It's up to you.
I mean, if I've got some, I'd be delighted.
Okay, let's hear it. Here it comes. Any minute. It's a mess. Leave it. Well, let's do the interview with Chris Powers.
Let's not worry about
Question, Chris, is how do we fit Gibbs, White and Eze into the same starting 11?
I'm not completely convinced that he ever had any real intention of coming to us. But I hate how public it all was. I long for I'm going to show my age now. I long for the days of team talk, teletext, and not having to read 150 hot takes on WhatsApp every 35 seconds. Honestly. But it sort of feels like we're in like Schrodinger's transfer strategy, right? So at the same time, we're furious we're not being ambitious enough, but also embarrassed when we try and push for a big name and don't land them. Either we play it safe and complain about a lack of ambition, or we go toe-to-toe with arguably bigger spenders and accept it's a fight we won't always win. But look, listen, is he really a 10? What we needed was a 10.
Yeah.
Is really a 10. He played there, sure, but more recently he's played on the left, or he's not a classic 10. So, you know, I think there's other fish to fry. I'm up for hijacking El Canoes from Palace if we can, just to, you know, wind them up a little bit after messing us around, frankly.
You just want to hijack something. Can we just hijack something?
Yeah,
it does feel it is a power play by Arsenal, isn't it? Like it was like just the way it panned out and to who he's gone to. You can understand the the frustration if you're a Tottenham fan from that moment. Even if you're right, I don't, obviously wouldn't affect the way Frank sets up against City today, I imagine.
Yeah, I think that's right. But the reason why it made me sort of think about team talk and teletext is, there's a similar sort of story around Willian going to Chelsea, right? But of course that was 20 odd years ago. So there was the way that we received that news was a bit different. So of course you sort of talk about some apocryphal story of him being, his cab being sent the other way down the Seven Sisters Road or whatever. But this is literally being played out in front of our faces, and it's just hard to stomach.
Oh, I spoke to Clive Allen in the week on H&J.
Is he signing?
With Danny Kelly. And Clive Allen said, although he is a Spurs ambassador, we sort of have to sort of say that. He said that this sort of transfer happens all the time. It's just that you're absolutely right, Chris. We just didn't used to know about it. This sort of hijacking used to happen all the time. It just wasn't on socials. It wasn't the main sports media. It wasn't the first story in the news. We just didn't seem to know about it. Does that make it any easier for you, Chris?
No. I mean, I think that makes it worse, right? Because it is being played out in front of us, and here we go again, you know. But look, I think, as Max said, it wouldn't necessarily change how we set out today. You know, he's someone that's been on Spurs' radar for a very, very long time. You know, I'm sure Thomas Frank wanted him. Why wouldn't you? He's a very talented player. But he also makes you wonder, is like, you know, would that have been his first choice? I mean, I don't know. I'm just literally trying to come up with as many platitudes as I can so I'm not depressed. Because, you know, I've seen people say it's the worst day of my life. And it's like, well... I'm happy for them that their lives are
I mean, wow.
joyful.
I'll take it.
That could happen. Yeah, exactly. The worst thing that could happen is that Spurs don't sign a player.
You don't want, although having said that, you don't want Spurs not signing a player to be the worst day of your life, because you'll have quite a lot of them. Now, but at the same time, Chris, like, Spurs have started the season pretty well.
Yeah, great.
Like, it was a good performance against Burnley. It was Burnley, but still. And also the PSG game, which is, you imagine how they will set up today when they played 3-5-2, you know, sit back, hit on the counter, Kudus really direct, Richarlison playing better than I've ever seen in a Tottenham shirt, Kevin Danso arching his back and hurling in long throws to James Trafford. That's what I think we'll see today, and I'm all for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sort of loving what looks to be sort of Thomas Frank's pragmatism, because actually, you know, seeing the players with a mission that's not, you know, listen, don't get me wrong, I loved the kind of gung-ho nature of Ange's football, but there's something around the players really knowing what they're supposed to be doing when, and not exactly the same thing. I'm enjoying what... bear with me because I haven't tried this before.
Right.
The Richarlison.
Okay.
Oh, I
Lovely,
like it.
Lovely.
I like it.
He seems to have remembered he's both Brazilian and a striker, which is nice.
But is that Thomas Frank? I think that might be Thomas Frank, and what he's really good at, obviously. I think looking at his track record, is coaching strikers. When you look at Wissa and Buemo, you know, Ivan Toney, you know, that might be what he's exceptional at. And actually, so the Eze thing becomes less important because maybe he's got someone or can get someone in who he can coach up to that level for Spurs.
I think so. And I think that, you know, and all the stories are that he's actually on the grass very much himself. He doesn't put out his assistants to do that work. And, you know, Kudus looks like the real deal. So, you know, and is playing arguably where you might have put Eze. So, I mean, you know, I just think that we need to move on from that now.
Yes.
had a lot of therapy in my life.
Yeah, okay.
It helps being a Spurs fan.
Moving on with it to City away. Is that a good? I think that's a good test after sort of thrashing Burnley. Really, it's a good test to go away and go. Okay, let's see where we are. Let's see where the line is.
Absolutely, and I think, look, you know, we've also done quite well for ourselves at the Etihad. I think since 2020, we've got 5 wins, a draw, and 4 defeats in the league. So we haven't done badly. And that's against a team that doesn't traditionally drop points at home. So there is something, I think, also about being a team that does well there, because there's get something in your head around that, right? So I think we'll do all right today. I think we'll play well. My prediction is a draw, although I'd love to see us nick a 2-1 win, hopefully. And you know, I'm enjoying the new 8-second rule, because I think that Vicario is very much, having been coached by Ange for the last 2 seasons, moves the ball really quickly, and it was good to see the first ever corner given for that new rule at Spurs last weekend. So yeah, I think we'll do all right today. And I think, you know, we've got however long, 9 days, 8 days before the end of the transfer window, and I'd expect to see a couple of new players in.
May the Richarlison continue. Yes. Thank you, Chris. Thanks for coming on.
Nice to see you
good.
guys.
She makes you feel optimistic.
Go and copyright that phrase, because everyone will be using it.
Okay, how much will you make? Millions.
It'll be on T-shirts, hats, RicharlandAsons.com.
Mouse mats, USB sticks, drum kits.
Tea towels is the biggest markup. Do you know that's why bands and comics and everybody do tea towels, because the biggest markup for merch
is tea towel.
Is tea towels.
Oh, okay.
Cheapest to make.
Need a tea towel.
Cheap, probably about £1 to make. And then
less than
do you
a
pound. Do you want to buy a tea towel for £8? Yeah, I'll buy a tea towel with Depeche Mode on. Yeah, lovely.
Shall we start?
Richard and Asons tea towels.
We start selling Depeche Mode tea towels.
Yeah.
Okay. Think they'll mind?
Go get it. Tea towels.
They won't mind.
Go wash it.
Go dry
it.
Go dry it.
Yeah,
I think so. How tall are they next? Huge game. Rupert the Bell versus Love to Nigel Adderley.
He is an unlocker of defensive back. If you've got a problem or something to say, you don't have the right to say anything about something. I do.
This nonsense kills the game.
Hello.
Time then for another of our first legs in the last 16 of How Tall Are They? Max Rush and Charlie Bacon, by the way, with you on the warm-up, brought to you by Travis Perkins.
Bowling Travo.
Bowling Trav for the latest big trade deals. Head to travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. Absolutely huge game today. And at home, it's one of the OG, one of the originals. It's Rupert the Bell Bell.
Bell, Rupert Bell, ding dong, Rupert Bell. Bell, Rupert Bell, ding dong, Rupert Bell.
Welcome, Rupert.
Good morning. Lovely to hear that tune again. I missed it.
Yeah,
It just makes me feel better.
Yeah, makes everyone feel better. Rupert the Bell Bell, how's training going for the for How Tall Are They? You feeling confident?
I was up at 6:30 this morning.
Good.
And
On the gallops, the height gallops.
No, watering my courgettes, but while thinking about the big moment that I had coming up at 9:45 this
Good
morning.
stuff.
So I feel right in the zone. My
Marvellous.
courgettes are happy, and I'm happy.
Yeah, not a euphemism, of course. And you will be playing Love to Nigel Adley.
Oh, come on over, Adley. Love to Nigel.
Adley. Welcome, Nigel.
Morning, guys. How are you doing?
Morning, Nigel.
It's such a big game. It could be a final. Couldn't it?
I don't want to say goodbye to either of them.
No, neither do I. How are you feeling about Rupert Bell away, Nigel?
I'm up against heighting royalty here, so it's going to be very tough.
It really is.
I mean, in the 5 years since the previous round, I've had a lot of thinking to do, and if I come through this, I think I'm a potential finalist.
I think you're absolutely right. Okay.
And this game really is about sheer height. It really is.
It's 100% height. Okay, let's play, everybody.
Let's go. Yeah, beautiful.
Okay, the theme for today's heights, gentlemen, is players that almost but never played for Spurs. We begin, Rupert the Bell Bell, with Eberechi Eze. How tall is... What a fine player. Eberechi Eze. How tall, please, Rupert the Bell Bell?
I'm going to give him 5'11".
5'11". Love to Nigel Adley.
To Nigel.
I think Rupert might be pretty close, so I'm going to say 5'10".
Come on over, Adley.
1-0 away from home at Rupert the Bell Bell. It's an extraordinary start here.
Wow, really. If you're watching on YouTube, they've managed to put all four of us on screen. It looks sensational.
It looks like the nominations for Best Supporting Actor in the BAFTAs, doesn't it? Here we are. And the winner is Rupert the Bell Bell. Oh, yes. Oh, very well done, Rupert.
Okay, Nigel Adley, Love to Nigel. How tall? Players that almost but never played for Spurs. How tall is Morgan Gibbs-White? Morgan Gibbs-White.
Another player who I don't think is hugely tall, but I can't be sure. But these days, I'm going to say 6 foot.
6 foot from Nigel Adley. Love to Nigel, but Rupert the Bell Bell.
I'm going to stick with 5'11".
He's 5'7". It's 1-0 to Nigel Adley.
It is very hard to guess the height of Morgan Gibbs-White. I've always found 5'7". How tall, Rupert the Bell Bell, is Willian? Willian, of course, famously, he was almost there.
He was almost there, the pen in his hand.
Exactly. Rupert the Bell Bell.
I'm going to give him 6'1".
6'1" for Willian. Love to Nigel Adley.
5'11".
5'9".
Really making these wingers tall.
They are making them tall. And they remember people aren't as it was an older generation. Willian.
Sure.
It was back in the day. Of course he was shorter. So still 1-0. It's Rupert. If you're just joining us, it is How Tall Are They? Last 16 first leg. Rupert the Bell Bell 0. Nigel Adley 1. 2 heights to go. First leg, second leg.
Players that almost but never played for Spurs. Yeah. Nigel Adley. Love to Nigel. He's from there, but he never played for them. David Beckham. I don't know if you've heard of him.
He was there as a kid, 87 to 91 or something. He was there.
You may have seen a picture of him now and again. You have to go quite low on Google to find a picture of him.
I wonder what he's up to these days.
I wonder what he's doing.
I would say 6'1".
He's gone 6'1". Rupert the Bell Bell.
I'm going to go 6'2".
Oh, Regals. He's 6 foot. He's 6 foot. 1-0. Still 1-0.
Very hard with these unknown players. isn't it?
Oh.
Still 1-0. So it's very tight, the second leg. They've been cagey, these first legs.
Yeah.
We have to be honest.
We've got a tiebreaker. We don't need it because it's the first leg.
That's true. We don't need the tiebreaker. So, no. Anyway, how tall, Rupert the Bell, players that almost but never played for Spurs. How tall is Jason Cundy? Jason Cundy.
Oh, I should know.
Famously,
your colleague?
He did put the shirt. He was on the pitch, I think, 18 times, but never really played.
A colleague of yours.
Colleague
Rupert.
of all of ours.
All of ours. Deeply loved. The sports bar every night from... What is it?
They do shout a bit on that
9
show.
till 1?
5'10", Rupert the Bell is saying.
5'10". I've given 5'10" for Jason.
Mm-hmm.
Love to Nigel.
Love to Nigel.
I think he's 6'2".
Split the difference. 6 foot.
6 foot. I mean, and with got no hips, got no knees, he can't walk.
It means it's a 1-0 win for Nigel Adley.
No, Rupert Bell.
In the first leg. It's the first leg. And we've got a couple of minutes to kill. So, Nigel, if you want to get that guitar off the back wall you've got there and give us a tune, that'd be nice, wouldn't it, Max?
I would love that.
Nigel Adley's new album, Love to Nigel.
Love to Nigel, where he plays power ballads of the 80s and 90s. He's going to play...
Acoustic John Lewis version.
Playing us out of the first hour is Nigel Adley with Extremes More Than Words.
Oh, yes, lovely.
Could you do More Than Words on that guitar, Nigel?
I've never lifted that guitar off the rack. It's my daughter's guitar. If I touch that, I will be in trouble.
Could Adley Jr. come and play... I don't know, what are the kids listening to these days?
Yeah,
bit of Taylor Swift.
The old hip-hop.
Yeah, what are they listening to? Some old rap, are they? Could she play Snow Informer? Could she do that for us?
Neutral Milk Hotel is her big band.
Oh,
okay.
Okay, we'll listen to that. I didn't hear it either. Hey, Nigel, great win for you, 1-0 away. I mean, it was a cagey game. I don't think either of you are at your best, but that sometimes happens when there's so much pressure on.
And Rupert's had a week at York races, so... you know, he's going to be all over.
How is the grand old Duke, Rupert? Is he all right?
Yeah. The grand old Duke.
It's another euphemism. Yes, courgettes or the grand old Duke.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm afraid. What year will we be doing the second leg? Do we know?
Oh, it's this year, I think.
I think it's only 3 months away, maybe. So just keep in good shape for it.
Just enough time for Nigel Adley to learn More Than Words by Extreme.
If you would, Nigel.
On that guitar.
Thank you, gentlemen. Well played, Nigel. Well done.
Well
Good
played.
win.
Love to Nigel.
Cheers, guys.
Ding dong,
Have a good
Rupert.
weekend.
Hey, Rupert, should we leave with your theme tune because it's so good?
Yes.
If you want to.
Okay, we want to. Here we go, everybody. It's Rupert Bell.
Rupert Bell.
Ding dong. Rupert Bell. Ring my bell.
Ding dong. Rupert Bell.
The Lions. Real-life fantasy rugby. Bitter rivalries set aside in a quest to create the world's best team in weeks. There's nothing like it, but who on earth had the idea and how did it all begin? Incredibly, the first Lions tour was organised and funded by three men who played in England's first ever Test cricket match. Opening bowler Alfred Shaw, opening batsman Arthur Shrewsbury and captain James Lillywhite. The 1888 Lions squad then, made up of 17 English, 4 Scots and 1 Welshman and a Northern Irishman, took a 46-day boat trip to New Zealand before heading to Australia. The Lions weren't alone on the boat. Also on board were 300 stoats and weasels who were brought over to eliminate New Zealand's rabbit problem. The first ever Lions captain, Robert Seddon, died of drowning midway through the tour while sculling on a river. Andrew Stoddart, who was another of the cricketers there, took over and was the star of the tour. The next one was the first to get official recognition from the RFU against the newly formed Springboks. Although the Lions won the series and beat the Boks again 5 years later, in the 12 series since in South Africa, they've only won 2. New Zealand has proved an even tougher hunting ground, just the 1 series win for the Lions in 11 attempts, which came in 1971. And then there was that nail-shredding drawn series in 2017, only the second in Lions history. Only once have the Lions clinched a series after losing the first test, 1989, when David Campese's infamous ghost pass was pounced upon by Ian Evans. Before World War II, the Lions had a dark blue strip, which on the 1930 tour forced the All Blacks to play in all white. So in 1950, the iconic red shirts, white shorts and blue and green socks combination was born. It remains the symbol of the greatest alliance of adversaries in all of sport. To borrow the phrase from Jim Telfer, the Lions is Everest.
What is good, Charlie, is
Oh, yeah.
when people say, I love the show, they say what I love about it. They say, I love the integrated opinion.
That's all they want.
They love the succulent stats and the integrated opinion, don't they?
What is a succulent stat?
I don't know. I don't know, but somebody wrote that and it maybe people go, that's it, I'm going to stay tuned to that. Charlie, what are you
Just
pointing
looking at the talkSPORT news.
Oh, the ticker we have.
Ticker,
yeah.
and it says that someone has said that West Ham has got off to the leakiest start. And I wanted to do as a text topic, when did you get off to a leaky start? Is that nice? Or
It happens to all men.
happens
at a
to
certain
it
age,
eventually.
doesn't it? All
And
of
if
us.
it does,
you know?
do get yourself checked out.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Men over 50, black men over 40, do go and get yourself checked.
Please do. Sensible advice from Charlie. But it probably won't be the advertising campaign, will it? Maybe it will.
I don't know.
Do you get off to a leaky start? It is. Flash has been in touch, so I'm going to find Ian Bell playing cricket just so I can sing. You can ring my bell at him. him, unless there are other Bells I've forgotten. But of course, I mean, I don't follow skiing.
Graham Bell, Graham Bell.
I don't follow skiing sort of day to day. But are Martin and Graham Bell still? Because it would be good, because at Kitzbühel, you would have the bells, wouldn't you? So you could ring your bell at the bells. The former MP, Martin Bell.
Martin Bell. We're naming bells.
Yeah.
Naming bells, a few I could say.
Which show are you going to put in? Come on, you're going to say.
Away. I'm stepping back away from
every week from X until X on talkSPORT.
I'm stepping back from the joke.
Time now to look ahead to today's action from Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Destination football on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
Well, this could be the last. This could be the last. Maybe last.
I don't know.
Welcome, Lars Simonson.
Hello, Lars.
Hello. Succulent stats. I think that is something that often I can bring to the table. But that is the thing about being this early in the season. There aren't really any stats yet. We've only had one game. You can't have a stat based on one game, really. I mean, at least you shouldn't, because it'd be weird.
It does affect your bit of the show when I've been looking at the numbers.
It really does.
You could just say I've been looking at the number.
Absolutely no mention. I'm looking at the number. Yeah, absolutely no.
Sunderland's 100% win record in the Premier League.
That's it. Now that's the succulent stat. There's a spirit you have to say that.
Right, let's crack on through the games then, because we probably haven't done enough football today yet, Lars. So look, game day begins at the Etihad, Man City Spurs. We've done quite a lot on the Eze thing, so we don't need to do that. How do you see this game going?
I mean, Spurs have got a weirdly strong record against City, don't they, in recent times? I mean, it is often the way that this game comes up and City are looking strong and Spurs are Spurs, and you just think this will be a City win, but Spurs tend to find a way. And I was impressed by the way, I mean, as Thomas Frank wonderfully put it, the operation was successful against PSG, even though the patient died.
I like that. That was really good.
It's a good quote. I wonder if that is a Scandinavianism. I definitely have heard people say that.
Did you see, Lars? Did you see David Squires, the Guardian cartoonist, did a brilliant cartoon of that, where it has Thomas Frank saying the operation's been a success, and it cuts to the two family members going, "Can we see him?" And Thomas Frank sort of giving this look, going,
"Yeah." No, I think if they set up in the exact same way, they could be another good operation. They could be another good operation. But the problem is, they're facing a City team. I'm very curious about the City team because I'm not entirely sure about them. They were very convincing last weekend, of course, playing Wolves. But you'd hope for Tottenham's sake that they can put up slightly more stubborn resistance. And it's also the first match day of the weekend. We all make these very premature conclusions, and certainly last weekend the conclusion is that Tiani Reinders is possibly the best player ever. I think was everyone's conclusion from the first weekend. And this is an interesting one. This is the follow-up. How can he do it against Tottenham? And against what I'm expecting to be quite a well-organized and stubborn Tottenham team who play on the break.
Yeah, I know. I'm really fascinated. And also, do you think he'll go back to three at the back, Thomas Frank?
I mean, that does seem to be what he's doing so far, which is really, to be fair, what he did against Brentford, is that he would go three at the back against teams where he would expecting them to be under the cosh a little bit, and then play four at the back in games where he's expecting to control the game a little bit. I mean, that seems to be what he's doing at Spurs, going three at the back against PSG and then playing four at the back against Burnley. And you would also expect to see Palhinha come back into the midfield, because that also intrigued me, that they completely sort of tailored the lineup to the fact that they were playing Burnley, so they started Archie Gray and Bergvall in midfield, expecting to have a bit more possession and wanting to give the young guys minutes, I guess, as well. But you would expect Palhinha and Bentancur to come back into this to try to stop Man City, who did look very, very lively indeed against Wolves last weekend.
I've got some stats for you, Lars.
Is it succulent?
Brentford, under Thomas Frank, met Man City 21 times. 12 wins to Man City, 7 Brentford wins, 2 draws, which I think is pretty good sign.
Yeah, really good.
For
That is succulent.
Spurs.
Yeah, I think so. Can I
I
move
would
you on?
describe
Lars?
that as quite succulent.
Okay, move on.
I just want to move on because we've got lots of other games. Arsenal Leeds at 5:30. Now look, Arsenal played badly and won 1-0. Leeds played well and won 1-0. But this is a different test for Leeds, and it'll be interesting to see. Because I think Arsenal come away from the weekend going great. We weren't good, but you go to Old Trafford, which is not a good place for them generally, and you come back with 3 points.
No, 100%. And I do think that I bang on about it a little bit because I feel like Arsenal sometimes don't get enough credit for just how solid they've been defensively. The last, they've had, here we go, I can bring in the stats after all. They've had the lowest XG against in the league 2 seasons in a row now. So weirdly, they lost a lot of leads last year, which doesn't seem to be a stat that makes sense with the other thing I just said. But no, in terms of XG conceded, they were very solid defensively last year, and we saw that against United. I think is that more so than City, more so than Liverpool. I would argue Arsenal are content to kind of sit back and defend for periods if they have to do that. They really trust their keeper and back line to keep things out, and you can get a goal from a set piece. We know they're very good at that. So that's the sort of gritty quality that Arsenal have that's less exciting than the sort of flying attack that Liverpool and City can bring, but I think it's a very useful thing to have in the bag. But of course you come out of that game thinking, yeah, we've done well, we got 3 points out of a game where we weren't that good. But at home against Leeds, you're expecting a lot more from them in open play, and that's certainly something to look for in this game. And I think this connection between Martin Ødegaard and Victor Gyökeres is an interesting one to track, because I think I noticed in the first game the beginnings of something that we have seen in Norway for the national team. Because we obviously were very lucky. I'm Norwegian, and we're very lucky we have both Martin Ødegaard and Erling Haaland playing for our national team. That's pretty good. But what we often see in the games is that they want to do slightly different things. Erling Haaland, as we also have discussed with City, he wants early balls in behind. He wants to run at things. He wants crosses to attack. He wants this kind of direct service. Whereas Ødegaard, very often, as Arsenal fans will know, likes to play these little layoffs, likes to play these little 1-2s, likes these little tight, little intricate passes rather than going direct. And I thought there was a tendency of Gyökeres as well, making early runs, wanting a ball in behind, being in position to attack crosses, wanting the kind of service that sometimes Erling Haaland doesn't get from Martin Ødegaard for the national team. And I think it'll be interesting to see if they can work on that little connection and see if Ødegaard can get his head up and be a little bit more risky with his passing and try to play in Gyökeres a little earlier.
Yeah, should be a good game. Brentford, Villa, I think 2 teams waiting for the end of the transfer window. And Brentford, terrible start. Villa, sort of pretty average.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried by Villa in that first game against Newcastle, because they did pick up a red card, but that was in the 66th minute or something. And at that point, I think they had 2 shots all game, which, albeit at home against a pretty strong Newcastle team, but 2 shots in an hour on the opening day of the season at home is not great. You don't feel good about that. And I think the way Newcastle's midfield just kind of shut them down completely was a little bit ominous. It was. Brentford also you worry about after that game against Forest. Of course, we kind of used to this now, that Forest are a very dangerous team, that Chris Wood can do bad things to you. But the thing about Brentford under Thomas Frank, they were so good at getting the basics right. They were so good at not doing daft things, and maybe they don't have the most talented players in the league, but they do the basics right. They don't concede. They do well on set pieces. They don't concede silly goals. Whereas against Forest, I didn't think, the conceding to a set piece goal early on, conceding a goal where they just kind of give away the ball for no reason. They were not getting the basics right. And if you're Brentford, that is a big concern.
Burnley Sunderland. It'd be amazing for Sunderland to get off with 2 wins. It was great that Leeds and Sunderland both won. Just given what happened last season with the promoted sides, and you just hope they make a better fist of it. But this feels really big for Burnley today.
It really is, and I think Burnley. I saw Spurs Burnley last weekend, and actually Burnley weren't that terrible, I didn't think. For long parts of that game, they were right in it, and they were creating some trouble for Spurs. They just weren't clinical enough, and that is, for Burnley fans, that will be a slightly unfortunate echo of the last time they were in the Premier League under Vincent Kompany, where they would frequently play well for periods of the game, but they would just not score enough goals and they would concede too many. That was kind of what happened last time out against Tottenham. And I think if they play the way they did, for large parts of the game against Spurs, I think they could be okay. They were not terrible in that game. Whereas, of course, Sunderland will be super confident after that wonderful opening day win against West Ham. So it's a little early in the season, but I mean, a relegation 6-pointer probably.
Yeah. Oh, now listen, Enterprise Rent-A-Car want us to pick a match to focus on and discuss a player from each side, and we've singularly failed to do that so far.
It's Bournemouth v Wolves
in the section.
Is it?
I don't know if it is. Yeah.
I had thought about this going into it, and the game I wanted to pick we haven't mentioned yet.
Brilliant.
So we're good. We can do the feature.
Great
no
news.
problem.
Great
well done.
Because I wanted to look at Everton.
Okay.
For me, Everton Brighton is a huge game. I mean, more so for Everton maybe than Brighton, but just because it's the first home game in this wonderful new stadium they've built, and because of the nature of their defeat against Leeds, I think was slightly worrying from the Everton perspective. I think David Moyes does what he does. You know, he sets up his team to be quite compact, quite defensive, try to get teams on the counter, try to get a set piece. We know this, and he has been successful doing that. I mean, in fairness to David Moyes, he had consecutive top half finishes with West Ham, playing the way he believes in. So you shouldn't necessarily write that off. But it was quite anemic against Leeds, wasn't it? Like that was not an encouraging performance. And I think, well, yeah, let's use the word bad. So I think now for a big sort of showpiece opening first proper game at the new stadium, it's important that they show more. It's important that they show more, that they're just a little bit more aggressive, that they're a little bit more adventurous, that they come out and try to play a little bit more, hoping Jack Grealish starts this one. So
surely you start your sparkly new signing. Surely, why didn't he start him last week?
Fitness training, all those kind of things.
You start
might be, but I do think for an occasion like this, certainly, like he could be our guy. Like we're going to pick out a player from each team, aren't we? Like I'm picking Jack Grealish as someone who really, this team needs a bit of sparkle, as you say, and he's a very sparkly guy. So hopefully he can provide it.
Okay, are you picking someone from Brighton?
Brighton play.
Well, yeah, but that's because, I mean, I guess you're expecting, they have a lot of tall guys, Everton, and you're expecting them to get set pieces, you're expecting them to put crosses in for big man Beto. So I think for the defenders, it's the centre halves. So let's look at Lewis Dunk. I mean, we usually get, Brighton usually get credit for their very intricate and technical play. But they are going to have to be big and rugged and strong at the back. So big Lewis Dunk's going to have to do some work at the heart of defence in this game.
And he's going to want to get in the squad, isn't he? Again, Lewis Dunk was in the squad. Was he in the squad last time out?
Thomas Tuchel's squad.
Was he in Thomas Tuchel's squad, or was he in the squad before?
I can't remember. I mean, let's worry about that when the international break comes.
A couple of weeks' time, isn't it?
I can't think about that. Finally,
we have everything sorted for next week. It'll be Dunk.
It's going to be great.
Bournemouth Wolves. Finally, I thought Bournemouth looked really quite good against Liverpool, and Wolves had obviously tough playing City, but they were okay for the start of that game. But I think you'd expect Bournemouth to win, I guess.
You would, and I also wonder if Wolves are a little bit in the same bracket as Burnley for me, in the sense that they actually did quite a few good things in that game. But there's just so much attacking talent on that City team, is that they can absolutely just hurt you in so many different ways. So it'll be good for Wolves to get a game where they're not playing City to see what they can do. But yeah, Bournemouth, really impressed by them. And they're really a lot of fun to watch, aren't they? There's like an element of chaos to what they do. They're so aggressive. They're so open. You might think, again, on paper, Bournemouth Wolves not the most exciting game of the weekend, but I reckon this will be a lot of fun. I think the expected fun here, the XF, will be higher than you think. As my shout for this one.
Lovely stuff. Hey, look, thanks, Lars.
Anytime, guys.
Wonderful stuff. That was a look ahead to some of the players that we feel will be here for it and deliver this weekend with Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
Destination football on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
is the talkSPORT Goal Show. It's the show for the fans. It's done by the fans.
Yes! Goal! Oh my God! Yes! Yes! Yes!
He is an unlocker of defensive back. If you've got a problem or something to say,
You don't have the right to say anything about something. I do.
This nonsense kills the game.
There is only a few days left to enter our VIP competition as the NFL returns to Wembley in October. The LA Rams take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're giving you the chance to win 6 seats in a private box with full hospitality plus $5,000 spending money. But it all ends on Monday. It all ends. All of it. So actually the game won't happen. Game won't happen. There's no point looking ahead to anything after this weekend. It all ends. The apocalypse coming soon on talkSPORT. Anyway, the competition, I believe, ends on Monday. Be quick. Here's how to enter.
18 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text the word cash to 83338 and you're in the draw. Text costs £2 plus 1 standard network rate message. You must have the bill payer's permission or enter for free by calling 0330 880 3338. All entries must be received by 25th August at 11 p.m. This is a talkSPORT limited promotion run on talkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations. See talksport.com for terms and conditions.
Morning, gentlemen, says Rob, the Arsenal
Morning,
fan.
Rob.
First time watching your show rather than listening.
All right.
You can listen or watch where we don't mind how you consume it. First time I've seen Charlie in the flesh.
Okay, that's nice.
I was immediately impressed with the fine head of hair he has.
Yeah.
However, this very quickly dissipated once I noticed how often he runs his hands through his hair. Stop doing it.
People are hair obsessed.
Okay.
Just leave me alone. I don't know. We're commenting on each other's bodies. Let's have a photo of you, Rob.
Okay.
And we'll comment on Rob's body, shall we?
Well, no, he says your hair's good. He's just saying,
I do what I like, Rob.
Okay.
Do what I like.
Rob did message.
I do what I like, Rob.
Rob, do you have any issues with what?
If I want to run my hands through my hair,
you can do it.
I'll do it.
How's my hair, Rob?
Yeah.
Why no comment on this wire brush pubic wig that I have now?
You're allowed to say
do you know
pubic
what?
wig.
When it was salt and pepper, it was great, and people were like, "Oh, salt and pepper, you look good, salt and pepper."
Good-looking guy, you look great.
When it's just salt, when it's just AXA table salt, that's just this show is brought to you by. It's not as
So what I'm
impressive.
going to do is I'm going to get my comb out just for Rob.
Okay, why not? Let's look at the latest odds out of today's action with William Hill.
In the Zone on talkSPORT with William Hill. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Lee Phelps joins us. Welcome, Lee.
Morning, Lee.
How you doing? You okay?
Yeah, very good, Lee.
Thanks very much.
You were here last week. Didn't want to come in this week, Lee?
No, I just thought I came in once and enjoyed my visit, but I'll stay at home this week. I'm back in tomorrow on goals tomorrow.
Oh,
I see.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, that's okay. You can come and see.
It wasn't anything to do with the hair, Charlie.
Okay, maybe it was. He's coming to see.
Personal.
Might come in to see me and Barry. Hates Charlie Baker. Where do you want to start today, Lee? With some racing.
Yeah, the EBOR, of course. Fantastic meeting at York this week. We've got best odds guaranteed. We've got extra places, 5 on the EBOR, each way extra available. Our tipster Andy Holding on our racing show Inside Track has put up Shadow Dance in the EBOR. It's his nap of the week at the festival. So have a look at that one. If you're looking for a bet, you get a free bet on the racing at York if you place a bet on the racing in the EBOR festival. So all there for you. Looking forward to a cracking day there, and obviously all the football to come as well.
Yeah, City Spurs. Why don't we kick off with that? Game day begins at the Etihad after us. Reshmin, your host.
Yeah, huge game. We've got epic boost on this one. It's Erling Haaland to have to score or assist to score or assist in the game has been boosted from 1 to 3 to even money. It's max bet of a tenner on that one. All the T's and C's are available in shop and online. But yeah, Erling Haaland to score or assist. Impact sub applies as well. So if he hasn't done either of those and goes off, like he did last week, he scored a couple, obviously. Cherki came on for him, and he grabbed the goal. So with City's bench, you're always likely to get the impact sub on to help you out. So
Oscar Bob. I like Oscar Bob.
Yeah, good player. Good player, good name.
Bench and score as well. Great name. Spurs have got a really good record at City, incidentally. They won 4-0 last season, had a 3-3 draw before that, 3-2 they won season before that. Lots of goals in this game usually. I just wonder if Spurs, with some players missing, have they quite got the firepower? If it turns into a shootout, have they got the firepower to get past City? So City are very popular with punters today.
Eze 8-1 first goal, by the way, in that one. Arsenal Leeds. How do you see that one? Also, Eze 8-1 first goal for Arsenal Leeds and Spurs at City. Yeah. How do you see the Arsenal game going, Lee?
Well, Leeds have been backed in from 10-1. Into 7-1, still a big price, but Leeds fans are keen. They're not willing to accept that they'll go to Arsenal and lose. Arsenal, by the way, the most popular pick in final one standing this weekend. Over 40% of players in round 2 of the big £500,000 free-to-play jackpot have gone for Arsenal. So loads got through with Chelsea last night, of course. So a lot expecting City to win, Arsenal to win. You probably think they will do. It's a fair enough assessment. I've gone Arsenal this week in the talkSPORT private league. The most backed teams, by the way, today are City, Arsenal, Villa at Brentford, Bournemouth at home to Wolves, and Birmingham at home to Oxford. So if you're looking for an ACCA, we've got a free ACCA if you place a football accumulator today. You've got your ACCA boost as well running for you. So those 5 activate the boost. Those 5 come to 12-1. So that's City at home. City, Bournemouth, Villa, Birmingham, Arsenal.
Lovely stuff, Lee. Hey, pop in tomorrow if you want to say hi to me and Barry. Very well.
Will do.
Lovely stuff. That was the latest odds with William Hill. 18+, gambleaware.org. Former Lioness Ellen White is teaming up with Lionel Messi for something, and she'll tell us what it is in just a second.
In the Zone on talkSPORT with William Hill. 18+, gambleaware.org.
Morning all, it is the warm-up on talkSPORT. Max Rushden and Charlie Baker with you till 11. Let's find out what Ellen White is doing with Lionel Messi. Former Lioness, more than 100 caps, more than 50 goals. Joins us now. Ellen, how are you?
Hello, Ellen.
Morning, I'm good, thanks. How are you guys?
Very good. I kind of think you and Messi is a great strike partnership, I think.
It's a great duo, isn't it? It's
really
amazing.
Is.
Yeah. What are you doing with Lionel Messi?
So he's created this amazing event. So Mass Plus by Messi, a 1v1 world crown, and it's uncovering the best 1v1 baller.
Okay.
It's intense, it's crazy, it's a new format of football, and I feel like I'm so excited to watch and experience it. I'm at Murky FC. It's going to be absolutely unbelievable. It's hot outside, so they need to stay hydrated, obviously, with the Mass Plus. But yeah, no, it's just an amazing new format. I feel like, there's so many different ways to get involved in football, and this is another avenue for young footballers, aspiring footballers to get involved. Obviously, there's street football out in the community, grassroots football as well, and this is a new way to get them involved.
So is this so how does it work? Is it someone has the ball and you've got to beat your opposition player and then stop the ball on the line? I'm just trying to work out what's the sort of dynamics of if I'm watching it.
So there's one attacker, one defender, and obviously a goalkeeper. And basically you have 10 seconds for the attacker to score, do a crazy skill, something like that. If you are to score, you get a point, and then you switch roles. If you are able to defend, block, prevent them scoring, you also get a point. First to 3 points, you're through to the next round. And then there's a chance for both a female and a male footballer to go to Miami for the final and meet Messi and be crowned the world's best 1v1 footballer.
Wow. Ellen, I'm pathetic one-on-one.
Yeah, me too.
I'm pathetic at football, but my head goes. I've got like one trick that doesn't work. What's your main advice for one-on-one technique, Ellen?
I don't think I'm the best ones to do that. I think you need to watch Messi for that.
Okay.
For me, it's about those that are playing just to showcase their talent and just go for it and just be innovative, be exciting, do something different. You've got a number of chances to try something new, and potentially if you do an outrageous skill, you get through and go straight through to the next round. That's why it's so exciting.
Oh, okay.
My thing is, though, get it out your feet and just shoot and score, and then you get a point. So that's
it's it. As a slow target man, there's not a lot in the game for just holding it up and laying it off, is there? I'm out.
No.
I'm done. Do you know what's interesting, isn't it? Is that there is talk, the sort of the Pepization of football, if that's a word, that kind of individual skill and beating your opponent is actually sort of. It is less and less. I don't know if you think that is true, but if that happens less, you obviously only retired very recently, right? It sort of players being coached out of them, this individual brilliance, because fans love seeing a winger running at an opponent.
Exactly. You want to be out of your seat, don't you? You want to be excited as a fan. And I feel like so many people are watching football and wanting to go out and try new skills, try something different. And I feel like, in local communities, there's so much going on where you are creating that 1v1 dynamic. So I feel like this format enables people to showcase their talent and something different and bring back the art of that 1v1 attack, the exciting, the intensity, that community, that togetherness type feel. Because when someone does a ridiculous skill or scores a goal, there's a crowd, they all jump in and go absolutely mental. So that's why I think it's just so fun and just so different.
Because these new ideas, Ramos is coming up with a new idea for football and stuff, and the one that Lineker is involved as well. It's quite interesting how football is changing. Yeah. But we could do Wembley pairs. Obviously, it's the best way of playing as a kid. You get three of you, and it's or headers and volleys.
Headers and volleys.
Yeah, we could monetize that. The three.
Is the keeper scores points then as well? Yeah, if he
catches it. Look, WSL season starts soon, Ellen. What we want is a title race, of course. Arsenal won the Champions League. Chelsea ran away with the title. Can we hope for one this season?
I think there is going to definitely be more challenge for Chelsea. You've got the likes of Arsenal that made some great signings. You've got Man United that are challenging as well. They potentially could get through to the Champions League as well. They've got to go for a qualifying round. Man City as well. London City Lionesses have made some big moves and got some decent players as well in.
Some American money there, isn't it, Ellen, as well? Some American owners. Michelle Kang. She owns the Washington Spirit, and it's a purely independent club, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just something completely different and so exciting to have that within the women's game. So yeah, it's amazing to see kind of how they fare in the WSL this season and able to, more crowds, hopefully more people supporting the game, and obviously on the back of the Lionesses winning back-to-back Euros, hopefully, there's more fans wanting to come out and watch as well.
Now, you obviously won the Euros, the first one, or the 2 ones two ago. You're too nice to say this.
The OG,
the best one,
the best one.
Not sure about that.
Were you delighted for them? With a little part of you going, don't do it again. I don't want you to do it again without me.
Nah, I'd won it in 2022. I was all right with it, to be fair. No, I'm joking. No, it was amazing. I was there witnessing it live. I felt so proud. They did it a dramatic fashion, which, I loved. My heart didn't. I aged about 20 years, but it was phenomenal to watch them win it back-to-back. Serena Wiegmann winning 3 back-to-back Euros. It's just unheard of. She is phenomenal. And a lot of those players are obviously still playing in the league. A lot of players who won it the first time round retired pretty soon after it, as yourself did. How do you think they'll cope with that pressure of being those champions and also being a current player? I think they're amazing. They really thrive under that pressure, as we saw obviously in the Euros. They love playing football. They want to use their profile for change as well, to help develop the game. So I think it'll be really exciting. I think they'll love it. They want to get back involved. They want to get back with their domestic clubs and then hopefully go on and win the World Cup. Would be quite nice as well, to be fair. It
wouldn't be bad, would it? Ellen, remind us where, if people listening want to go and see this, or can they watch it anywhere, this one-on-one baller event?
So if you look up Mass Plus by Messi, you'll check everything there, and potentially you could have a chance to register for the next one, which is in Dublin.
Got it. Okay. Nice. Oh, look, thanks for coming on, Ellen. Appreciate your company.
Ellen.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Ellen White there, former Lioness. I would, in a one-on-one, it's not my, side foot pass. That's what we want.
I've done American-style penalties at Alex Horne's football match, and I scored my penalty, but I took it wide and then just shot.
Drilled it low.
And it wasn't proper keeper, but against proper keeper.
Who was the keeper?
Stuart Laws, the comedian.
Right, okay.
It was in goal.
Okay, so you're saying Stuart Laws not a proper keeper?
Well, he's a professional comedian.
Right.
And then a goalkeeper.
Okay. It wasn't Donnarumma.
No.
Was it? Hey, let's go to the Etihad. We've got his theme tune ready, everybody. Let's play it.
Split splash, I was taking a bath.
All along Saturday night. Dean Ashton, welcome. How are you, pal?
Hello, Dean.
I'm fantastic, thank you, fellas. Hope you're well. Obviously, just got out of my pool. Just dried myself off to be here. Of course,
he brings one. Not only does he have one at home, he has a portable one in his giant Volvo. It's amazing.
It's really exciting to see.
Swim when you can. That's Dean Ashton's motto. This is a fun one, isn't it? City Spurs.
Oh, great game.
Oh, isn't it just? Yeah, I mean, obviously Manchester City, people saying going under the radar. Really? Really? Did anyone actually sleep on them? I mean, they did so much business in January. Well, obviously, so much has gone on over the summer in terms of transfers and the goings on, whereas City had already done quite a lot of work in January, and you were starting to see that at the end of last season. And then all of a sudden, some injuries back, they just look like they're back.
They do. I mean, like you say, one game is one game, but it was Reinders looked. You know how Kevin De Bruyne was brilliant. Didn't really look like a footballer, but was brilliant. Was an unbelievable footballer. Whereas Reinders also looks like a footballer. I'm not saying he'll ever match what De Bruyne did, because De Bruyne was totally elite. But just the way he moved for that opening goal and then dinked it through. I think it was to Rico Lewis. I'm not sure, for the first City goal. To control the ball at pace, a bit like we were talking about with Ellen White just then. And then be able to play a pass of that perfection was really joyous, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was magnificent on his Premier League debut. But what he did do is he showed, first of all, recruitment-wise, what they've been looking for and what they've been missing, which is that genuine athleticism from midfield. I think they got overran too often last season in the Premier League in the middle of the pitch, whereas already you can sense with him and Gonzalez, they've got players that can cover the ground and be a genuine threat, and Haaland must have loved it, having players like Reinders running beyond him, taking defenders away. Sometimes those unselfish runs are so important for us strikers to take all the glory.
Yeah, strange old week for Spurs. I think Thomas Frank is built to deal with it though, Dean?
Yes, I think he is. He's got a good record against Manchester City as well for when he was manager of Brentford. But look, it's not easy, and of course, so many jokes have been out on Spurs. I feel a little bit sorry for them. I actually do.
There we are, and that's how.
We will never know.
Never know.
Well,
Feel a little bit sorry for them. Off.
But the thing is, what we have to do, Charlie, what we have to do is we have to get out of this building quickly at 2 minutes. Because if the line's gone, they'll look around for hosts.
Who is here?
And we'll say,
I can't do it, Max.
You're on Virgin.
2 till 6, I'm on Virgin Radio.
I can't do it because I have 2 young children and Mrs. Rushden is saying, when are you back? To the minute. Yeah. So there's nothing we can do.
What I like is our producer just said, Phil. What does it...
No, it's just a mate of his walked in the... that's just the mate just comes
Phil
in the back door.
Stamp's here.
Yeah, Phil Stamp's here as well. It's really exciting. All right, Phil. Anyway, that was Dean Ashton's thoughts on the game.
Is the water from the pool.
Do you think
no
that's
good
cool
for
the electrics?
The electrics.
Dean Ashton has to stop broadcasting from swimming pools. That is a big problem. Of all, if we list the problems that talkSPORT has, it is right up there.
That is up.
Anyway, always time for time difference. We'll do that next.
This is the talkSPORT Goal Show. It's the show for the fans that's done by the fans.
Yes! Oh my God! Yes! Yes! Yes!
He is an unlocker of defences.
If you've got a problem or something to say,
You don't have the right to say anything about something. I do.
This nonsense kills the game.
enjoyed a couple of pregnant pauses.
Yeah, just a bit of meditation time.
We're just bringing meditation back. Liam Henderson has been in touch. How does Max Rushden get the Saturday morning gig? Good all week, and then this.
Yeah.
Horrendously boring bloke.
Wow.
And then sleeping person emoji.
Yeah.
And then just the Z's emoji, 3 Z's emoji. How talkSPORT? How? Horrendously boring.
Tell us the process.
Just imagine bit. Horrendously boring. Not just boring, horrendous. It's an interesting...
How long have you been on this station, Max, as well?
14 years.
14 years.
Yet to be interesting.
Still not
to be
been
interesting.
worked out.
I've been broadcasting for 20 years, and yet I'm not interesting.
And not one person has enjoyed it.
I know. When they do the marketing, they go, do you know the show? Do you know how many listeners we get to this show? Naught. And they're like, we'll give it another year. We'll do it another year. You might get up to 2.
You'll get 1.
Yeah. Performance related. If you get up 2 listeners, we'll keep you another 20 years. My apologies to Liam Henderson. I wish you the best of luck in all your endeavours. Let's go live to Nuts and Services. There's always time for time difference.
Always
and here
time.
is your host, Ian, the Duke of Knutsford, Dancer. Welcome,
Dance.
Yes, good morning. There's sometimes time for time difference. There's sometimes time for Ian Dancer to ask Ian to host time difference, and there's sometimes time when I'm able to complete time difference without being cut off by the Kings of Flannel, the pair of pilchards who are participating in this morning's quiz to try and determine what minute famous goals hit the back of the net. Max Rushden
doing well, Charlie,
and Charlie Baker, and keeping score is Jeff Peters in the Nerve Centre.
Welcome,
good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, Jeff.
Very good morning to you all. Max leads Charlie 13-10 this year. Last week, time difference, terrible.
Difference.
Max 148, Charlie 230.
Oh, how bad.
No wonder Liam's bored.
46 minutes per goal out last week.
That's a lot. That feels a lot.
I will say to Charlie Baker with his luxuriant head of hair, which hand is my phone in?
I think it's in your left hand, Dance.
No, it's in my right hand. So, you get to go first or second, Max?
I'll let Charlie lead the way.
Yeah, let's go. I've got it. Let's go.
Okay, right. One for midweek to start with, Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
Rangers, a shocking home performance against Club Brugge in the Champions League qualifying round. Finished 3-1.
Yeah.
I want to know when Club Brugge second goal went in from Jonas Spielers.
Sure.
They're in all sorts of trouble here. Rangers
don't hear it.
Club Brugge.
So what's going on here?
We hear it first.
We hear it after you've given the minutes.
Yeah, we hear it after you've given the minutes.
Okay. I think it was very early, wasn't it? It was 21st minute.
What say you, Max Rushden?
I know it's first half, so I'll go the 19th.
Let's hear it as it went in.
They're in all sorts of trouble here. Rangers 0, Club Brugge 2.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah,
that was it.
Just a score update.
That was it. David Tanner. David Tanner there.
Still in the toilet.
That sounded like Paul Mitchell
that
to
was
me.
Paul Mitchell.
Anyway, by the by,
apologies.
That went in 7th minute. That went in, so you're both one way out.
No.
Jeff Peters, what are the scores?
Dreadful.
Scores are Max 12, Charlie 14.
Okay. That's all right.
All right, so goal number 2. Last night on talkSPORT, Max, Chelsea, as you know, tonked West Ham 5-1. A rare goal from Moises Caicedo for Chelsea. When did he score that goal?
Nice goal.
It was an instinctive finish from Caicedo at the back post. It's West Ham 1, Chelsea 4. Back to you, Adrian. Could do that a bit.
Have to do that.
61st minute.
What say you, Charlie Baker?
But maybe around right. 63rd minute.
Let's hear it as it went in.
She thought it was early.
He's finding that a little bit deeper.
It's like 58. 57, 58.
To be put in by Caicedo for
Why didn't I
4.
just say it?
That went in the 54th minute. So if you'd had the courage of your convictions there a bit more, Charlie, you might have had more into the lead.
I remember looking at the clock thinking, it's 4-1 and they've got ages to go.
What are you doing on talkSPORT?
I don't know, well.
Max was 7 minutes out, moves on to 19. Charlie, 9 minutes out, on to 23. 4 is the gap after 2.
It's coming.
Okay.
All right, so we're back with you for goal number 3 on time difference, Charlie Baker.
Yep.
Last week in the Premier League, a 1-1 draw between Brighton and Fulham.
Yep.
I need you to give me the minute that Matt O'Reilly scored for the Seagulls.
Yep. I think he scored. I think it was. I know what it was.
Yeah.
Penalty.
Yeah.
and I think it was second half.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the 52nd minute.
What say you, Max Rushden?
See, if you were on a show that all the goals as it went in,
yeah, you'd do that show now.
You'd remember the goals, wouldn't you?
Oh, I can't remember if it was first or second half. I know it was like basically there were no goals for the first half, apart from Richarlison for ages.
Game on.
Because I was listening to your show, Charlie, Extra show on Virgin.
2 till 6 on Virgin.
I just feel like that goal was. No. Oh, I feel like it was the first half because I felt it was at the same end as the Muniz goal. But
Flannel.
45.
Flannel tax.
Let's hear it as it went in.
Going to be Matt O'Reilly up against Bert Leno for the opening goal of the game.
Oh, that's first half.
We'll finish it, Moose. Why is he not?
He's clearly not finished it.
And he scored.
And it's in there.
It's a goal.
And it went in the 55th minute.
Oh,
so
Baker,
Charlie
game
Baker
on.
has
Game
taken an
on.
advantage
Never
with
miss a
2
goal,
goals to
never
go,
miss a
Jeff
beat.
Peters.
So Max 10 minutes out onto 29, Charlie 3 minutes out onto 26. Charlie leads by 3 with
He's got a new tactic for time difference in the fact that he's on air when the goals go in.
Yes. Well, so let's see if it works for the rest of the quiz. Charlie, goal number 4. Max, I'm back with you.
Yeah.
Brentford hoping for better than last week after that defeat to Forest last Sunday. Igor Thiago scored his first for the club, the consolation. What minute, Max?
81.
What say you, Charlie Baker?
I think it was in the 73rd minute.
Let's hear it as it went in.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
And they score the penalty.
Said with such confidence.
Igor Thiago rolls it down the middle.
And that was Jeff Peters.
Well done, Jeff.
And that went in the 78th minute.
Well, you were closer.
Wow, I think Max was closer. What are the scores going into the final goal, Jeff?
And that was a clip that you played on Virgin.
We did Virgin 2 till 6. Game on.
Do you get extra money, Jeff, when Charlie
miss a goal, never miss a beat?
Clip of you on Virgin. Do you get extra money, Jeff?
No. Max 3 minutes out onto 32. Charlie 5 minutes out onto 31.
Oh, what a game!
Charlie leads.
I think the point is that neither of us get any extra money for this.
Well, how come? What's I think so interesting, Dan, is you don't get paid for this, but yet you're so enthusiastic about it.
You love coming on.
Yeah, I know.
And you've really put in the hard yards over the summer.
Yeah.
So the difference going into the final goal is what, Jeff?
Is 1.
1. Great time differencing.
This is marvellous for
and
everyone
who's ahead?
involved.
Is it Max?
I'm ahead. I'm ahead, Dance, by 1.
So then you have to go first, Charlie.
Good
final
luck.
goal.
Good luck to me.
Good luck to
Man
you, Charlie.
City Spurs, talkSPORT exclusive, coming up with Reshmin and Sam and Dean.
Yeah.
This fixture last season saw Spurs win 4-0, Charlie.
Oh.
James Maddison scored twice.
Ugh.
When did the first of his 2 goals go in? What minute?
Not a clue. Guessing. Absolutely guessing. Max has to be 1 either side. So it's good fun, isn't it?
Good fun.
45th minute. Choose a half.
Say you, Max Rushden.
Well, he definitely scored both of them in the first half. So I'll go 40. I could showboat.
Go on, go showboat. Well, you're a Spurs fan. It's a bit like saying, when did Torquay...
I need a win. 43rd minute.
Let's hear it as it went in.
Sad.
The goal has come from James Maddison on his 28th birthday. What a start for the away side. Man City 0, Tottenham 1.
And it went in the 13th minute. It's a Max Rushden victory again, Jeff Peters.
Congratulations, Max.
Yeah, Max 30 minutes out, finishes on 62. Charlie 32 minutes out, finishes on 63. Max is the winner, back-to-back victories.
Very nice, well done.
Thanks so much. Hey, thank you, Jeff. Thanks so
Jeff.
much,
Thanks,
Jeff.
Ian.
Thanks, Dance. Thank you so much, Dance. Thanks, Dance.
Right.
They've gone there.
Quite all right.
Okay.
Quite all right. Such
Where's
an
Dance
ordeal,
later on?
such an ordeal,
Dance is doing a show later.
Oh, he's Wrexham.
He's at Wrexham.
Is he?
Oh,
I don't know.
He's at Wrexham Sheffield Wednesday. It's a talkSPORT 2 exclusive.
Sorry, I mean,
presented by Ollie Klink, commentary from Ian, the Duke of Knutsford Danter, former Leeds manager Neil Redfern. There we are. If you'd like
doing
some goals and some indie bangers, then do tune in 2 till 6 today and tomorrow.
Yeah, but Knutsford to Wrexham Football Club.
That's not too bad, actually. He'll make that. He'll make that, no trouble.
2 hours.
See?
Oh, no, an hour.
Just an hour, yeah. See, nice, easy one for him.
Perfect.
There.
He'll get be there. We have ages of time to spare. Hey, thanks, Charlie. I enjoyed the
Thank
programme.
you, Max. I enjoyed it very much.
I like it. And Reshmi is next with Game Day.